Welcome to February's TBR. It is going to be one of the best months. I can already feel it. I am so excited for the month of February. We will of course be playing my TBR game, which is TBR Bluff. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, you've never seen a TBR from me before, this is a game based off of dice poker where I will be rolling a set of die and then using those to find a corresponding prompt on my board. Once I find the prompt, I cover it up, and then once I have completed 5 in a row, I get to wipe the board and start fresh. If I cannot find the prompt on the board, then I have to bust out the spinner wheel of doom, which has 5 books that I want to read on it and 5 books that I have been avoiding, and that will help me decide. And then I also have to add a roll. We are already going to be starting this month with 6 rolls because I did not finish my TBR last month. I got very close. I read most everything except for the 3rd and 4th books in the bone season, which I am rereading before the final book comes out. We're going to be starting off with 6 rolls and we're going to see how this goes. In February though, a very exciting thing I wanted to tell you guys about is that I'm going to be co-hosting Romantasyathon, which is created and hosted by Tori from Tori Between Pages. I'm so excited to be joining these incredible creators for a week around Valentine's Day where we are going to be preparing for a ball. Unfortunately, it is a virtual ball, but still, I am so excited to pick out my dress, see who's going to be coming with me, and get ready for this ball. So please check out Tori's announcement video. It is going to be down in the description box. Romantasyathon will be running from, I believe, the 15th to the 22nd, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be so much fun. So I think that is all of the housekeeping stuff. If I have any books that I absolutely have to get on the TBR, we're going to try to get them in, and if I don't, then we'll talk about them at the end. So let's jump into our very first roll. We're going to ignore the fact that Wilder decided that this was his chew toy. It's fine. It's all fine. But TBR Bluff, roll number 1. Okay, that got me 2 1s and 2 5s. Is that still on the board? Where are my 1s? 2 1s and 2 5s is steal a book. Nobody's TBR is out yet. But I could ask some people what's going to be on their TBR. Do I risk it? Because I don't have a lot to choose from. But also, I kind of want to risk it. Why do I do this to myself? I'm going to risk it. We're going to keep the 2 5s and we're going to re-roll these. Okay, that got me 2 5s and 2 6s, which is not on the board anymore. I am going to have many regrets. Either way, I get to keep special edition, so like we're fine, but let's try one more time. Okay, I need to keep the 2 6s. Okay, so whatever, that was probably not my most strategic move in the whole wide world, but either way, we got special edition. Okay, so that roll got us very scarily 2 6s, which is a special edition. I'm going to be doing one that is brand new to my TBR, and that is Speak of the Demon by Stasia Stark. This is a special edition that I got from Aurora Crate, I think, and I've actually been waiting on this since July. I read the Kingdom of Lies series by Stasia Stark, really enjoyed it, and I got this on so many lists for 2025 that I really wanted to get it on here. It's shiny, it's got pretty edges, and the back says, I was caught in demon territory. Now he's giving me a choice, bond with him or die. Yes, I'm so excited. I think this is a demon hunter that swore she would never have anything to do with demons and then gets stuck, of course, with one. So I cannot wait to read this. Okay, TBR Bluff, roll number 2. 2 6s, a 3, a 5, and a 1. Well, we've already used the 2 6s, but we still got some 6s on the board, and we are kind of getting closer to clearing the board if we get some 4s and some 2s. So I think I'm going to keep the 2 6s and re-roll these 3. Okay, so 2 6s and 2 3s. Is that on the board? It is. That is Kindle Unlimited. We are not going to play the cards this time. Then we got 2 6s and 2 3s, which ended up being a Kindle Unlimited book. I had a lot of choices for this one. A lot of my Romantasyathon pile of possibilities includes KU books. What I think I'm going to do though is try to get some series read. I have been really bad at that, and that is one of my goals for 2025 is to read series. So I'm going to finish off a duology and go with Vanquished Gods by C.N. Crawford. This is the sequel to Hallowed Games, which is a book about witches and vampires. It reminds me a lot of Heartless Endless Hunter, but more trials like Serpent the Wings of Night. I had a lot of fun with this. I originally gave it a 3-star, but honestly, I think about it all the time. I think about those trials and how much fun I had with that book, so I definitely want to continue this series. Do I know where the second book is going to go? No. I think there's a little bit of a rebellion arc in here, which I'm excited to see. And like I said, it is going to be finishing a series for me, which I desperately need to be focusing on. TBR Bluff, roll number 3. 2 4s, a 3, a 2, and a 6. So we definitely want to keep the 4s because we're trying down here to get some stuff cleared off. I also could do book club or read along. So I'm going to keep the 2 4s and the 6. And we're going to shoot for book club or read along. Okay, that did nothing for me. One more time. Also did nothing for me. So we'll be going with the 2 4s, which is to skip, meaning I don't have to pick a book. We got 2 4s, which was not exactly what I wanted, although I should not be complaining about a skipped prompt, but I was a little concerned we weren't going to be able to find anything, and I kind of wanted that to be like a Hail Mary prompt for later. But either way, we got 2 4s, which is skip. Basically means that I do not have to add a book in this place, which is a good thing because I've already had to add a roll. So we're just going to be skipping this prompt, not choosing a book, and moving on to the next one. TBR Bluff, roll number 4. 2 2s. 2 2s is not on the board. What can we do with 2s? We can do character cover art, multi-POV, and underhyped. What else do we have on here? We have a 3, a 6, and a 1. So I really want character cover art, but all we have to help with is underhyped. And this doesn't help me clear the board, but this does. Okay, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna keep the 2 2s and re-roll the rest. Wow, very unhelpful. I am gonna have many regrets. I'm gonna have many regrets. Okay, one more time. No! Okay, we're doing 6 rolls and we will be busting out the wheel. Okay, so we weren't able to find that prompt, which means that I have to do the spinner wheel of doom and add a roll for a total of 7 rolls for this month. This TBR already hates me. So I'm just going to film on my phone so that you guys can see the spinner wheel. I have 5 books that I want to read on here, 5 books that I have been putting off on here. So let's just see what the wheel gives us. Oh. Okay, that works out well. So it actually gave us Song Rising, which is one of the books that I told you guys I really needed to get on this TBR that I was so far behind on the buddy read for. So it feels like a little bit of a cop-out because it gave me exactly what I wanted. This is the 3rd book in the Bone Season series, and like I said, I'm doing a reread of this before the 5th book comes out in February. This is following Paige Mahoney, who is a clairvoyant in a world where clairvoyants are not allowed to exist. People are scared of them, and it's basically like this dystopian world with this higher power that has suppressed all of the clairvoyants, and she is a mosher, meaning that she is one of the ones that helps to carry out things for the underground, the gangs essentially, and it's so much fun. I love this series. There's such good politics, there's such good twists and turns, and I'm excited to reread this one because I definitely liked the series better as we went on first read, so I'm curious to see if that continues with this book. Okay, so roll number 5 of 6 now. Actually, it's roll number 5 of 7 because I didn't finish my last TBR. Dang it! Okay, 2 4s. That's all I got out of that one. We are being cursed by the 4s. But I do have a 2, so I could get character cover art. Do I try this again? I think I'm going to try it again. So I'm going to keep the 2 4s, keep the 2. Let's see if we can get one more 2. Well, that was a 3. This one landed on its side, so 2 3s. So 2 4s and 2 3s. Is that still on the board? 4s, 4s, Romantasy. That doesn't help me clear the board, but I feel like I have already risked it enough, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, 2 4s and 2 3s is Romantasy, which the world is my oyster. I'm so excited that we got this one, especially this month with Romantasyathon. What I'm gonna do for this one is go with Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. This is the sequel to Heartless Hunter, and it is going to be my Patreon buddy read for the month of February. I'm so excited for this book. It's also gonna be finishing a duology for me, and it involves a witch that falls in love with a witch hunter, and I had so much fun. It's a young adult, moves so quickly, so many twists and turns, and I cannot wait to see how this duology is going to end. If you haven't picked up Heartless Hunter yet, there's still plenty of time. It doesn't come out until February 18th, and it's such a fast read. I would highly recommend picking it up. Okay, so for one of our extra rolls, number 6 out of 7. Two 3s, 2 6s, and a 4. 2 3s and 2 6s I don't think is on the board anymore. It is not. So we could do reverse page count. We could go for backlist, book club or read along, pet pick. I think these give me like the best chances because there's not as many 3s left on the board. So I'm going to keep the 2 6s. I'm going to keep the 4 because we could get book club or read along. And then I'm going to re-roll the 3s. Okay, one more time. Do I re-roll the 4? Do I re-roll the 4 just to be safe? I think I do. It'll give me a better chance. Okay. It did give me another 4, but I got 4 6s, which is a video project. I'm taking it. Then we got 4 6s, which was a video project, and honestly, I know what my video project is for February, but have I thought it through enough to know what books are going to be on it? No. So what I think I'm going to do is go with something that I think I might be reading for Romantasyathon, because I'm going to film that. Like, that's going to be a vlog, of course. Options, many options. I don't know. I said I was going to do that, but now I'm like, maybe not. Okay, I lied. I think I'm going to pick a book that is probably going to be on my next One Shelf at a Time. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, that is a new video series on my channel for 2025. The first video is actually coming up, the one after this one, so you definitely want to check out episode 1 to learn more about it. But I'm going to pick a tentative one for this slot, which I'm not really allowed to do. I'm not really allowed to switch books out, but I don't 100% know how I'm picking my shelves yet for this one. So I'm gonna eyeball it, and we're gonna try, and if not, hopefully it'll end up in my Romantasyathon video, and so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's gonna all be fine. I'm gonna go with Riftborn. This is one that I really have not heard hardly anybody talk about. I saw it once on TikTok and then have never heard it mentioned again, but it sounds really good. This is on my 25 in 2025, and it's about a rebellion and an outcast girl that navigates the city rife with prejudice so deep it's often deadly. She is full of power, and there are 2 daughters of nobility that are seemingly dead. The general offers her a choice that she can either join the guard or face execution, and so she's got to make a choice because she may be the only one able to help the Isle survive. Sounds very common, very run-of-the-mill romantasy, but I have heard really good things about this, and there's just something about it that makes me think I'm gonna love it. And we're within 2 of clearing the board in multiple places, so please, for goodness sake, give me book club, chunky, pet pick, or reverse page count. Like, poll pick, I will take them all. Character art, friend fave, like, we have so many choices. Please help. Okay, so that got us 2 2s, a 3, and a 1, and then this one landed way off and on its side, so... Was that a 3? Oh well, we're going with it. Okay, so 2 2s, a 6, a 3, and a 1. We have 2 2s, we have 2 2s, we have 2 2s, so definitely keeping the 2s. Do we keep anything else? I'll have a 6 in there. Could be helpful with pet pick. Okay, we're just gonna re-roll these 3. 2 5s, 2 2s and 2 5s. 2 2s and 2 5s. Is that on the board? 2 2s and 2 5s. Poll pick. Yes. Not only was it on the board, it was a helpful prompt. So we are now down to 1 to clear the board. Finally, this is what it's looking like at the end of February. That was rough. And last but not least, we got Poll Pick, which thank goodness does help me get closer to clearing the board. It's not cleared. It's way too full for my liking, but we're getting a little bit closer to clearing the board. I was gonna cheat and I was just going to say, well, my Patreons voted for a buddy read and that's just gonna be the Poll Pick, but I decided not to do that and I decided to give them two brand new choices. The first of which is Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. I do have this, it is way up there and I don't want to stand up right now. Or Into the Woods by Ivy Asher, which Claire has been raving about. I've heard excellent things about both of these books. And we are very, very close. Like, I did not give them hardly any time to vote on this. I was just like, rapid fire, let's go. And it is like one vote different. Do I call it? They've had 7 minutes. I think I'm gonna give them 3 more minutes to make it a full 10 and then I will come back and tell you what they picked. They had a full 10 minutes. I have had 21 people vote, so we're just gonna call it. We're gonna call it good enough. And I am selfishly very excited about what they picked because they chose Into the Woods by Ivy Asher. I'm so excited to read this. Claire was raving about it and said she really thought that I was gonna love it. And so I was like, yes, yes, yes. I need more 5-star vibes. And this edition, oh my goodness, guys, like look at how gorgeous this edition is. I can't get over it. The wolf eye, incredible. I have no idea what this is about. Is there a synopsis in this? No. It's by Ivy Asher and Ann Ditton, and it's their first book together. It's about shifters, and they channeled the angsty supernatural TV shows of our youth. They wanted a small town vibe, a strong female main character, and a delicious male love interest who was completely devoted to their girl. This is a why choose, guys. But like any episode of Buffy or Vampire Diaries, we had to sprinkle in a generous helping of suspense and work in some epic baddies. It took a lot of rewrites and a fair amount of back and forth to get the dark, danger, humor, spice, and swoon just right, but damn did we have fun doing it. I love that. That was the author note that came in this Arcane edition, and I think it tells me so much about the book. Ivy Asher I actually saw at a Polycon last year, and she's hilarious. I have tried one of her books in the past and didn't finish it, but I didn't really get very far, so I'm excited to delve back into her writing and hopefully find a new favorite author for me. This is not the entire TBR because we still have Rebel Witch, we have Vanquished Gods, and technically Mask Falling, if I can get it on here, but we are not going to be considering Mask Falling on the official TBR because I don't want to add a roll next month. So this is it. This is our starting point. It's also all upside down, but we're going to ignore that. I think it's a solid TBR. I cannot wait for February. Romantasyathon, all the video plans, like it's going to be great. I can feel it. I'm going to have a good reading month. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books and what the most anticipated book on your February TBR is. If you just want to let me know that you were here and hanging out, leave me some angel wings for Speak of the Demon. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!